So first we'll start with the past paper pop quiz. This was a pop quiz 10 and questions were there related to the organic chemistry in this pop quiz. A homologous series is a family of organic compound whose members have similar chemical properties give two characteristics that are same for all members of homologous series. A homologous series, like example, alkane is one homologous series. All alkane, methane, ethane, propane, butane, pentane. Alkene is another homologous series. Alcohol is another homologous series. Carboxylic acid is another homologous series. So these are the homologous series. What are the characteristics of the homologous series? There are more than two characteristics, but you have to write only two. I will write some, but you have to write only two. First thing, a homologous series should have a general formula. So whenever any series we call a homologous series, it should have a general formula. That's why, like if you remember for alkanes, if we have alkane, what is the general formula for alkane? CN H2N plus 2. So all alkanes, we can find the molecular formula of all the alkanes by using this formula. If we have alkene, what is the general formula for alkene? The number of the hydrogen are twice as compared to carbon. So CnH2n will be there. That is alkene. Then alcohols. If we have alcohols, what is the general formula for alcohol? It is CnH2n plus 1 OH is there. If we talk about the carboxylic acids, what is the general formula for carboxylic acid? CnH2n plus 1 COOH. So the term homologous series, one of the characteristics, they should have a general formula. Like the whole series, any member of the series we can find from that. Like if I want any member of alkane, like I want a formula for methane, ethane, propane, butane, pentane, I can simply find by substituting the value of N, where N will represent the number of the carbon atoms. The second characteristic, they have similar chemical properties. So they react in the same manner or they have a similar chemical properties like all alkanes and can undergo substitution reaction. All alkanes, we can burn them as well. Same thing, all alkenes can undergo addition reaction. And same thing for alcohols. We can do oxidation of alcohol. We can oxidize these alcohol and these alcohol. So they react in the same manner. Same with the carboxylic acid. Another property is that we just need two, but I'm writing another. Each member differ by CH2. Means the difference between the members of the series is CH2. What does it mean? Like example, if a methane, when we talk about alkane, the formula for methane is CH4. The formula for ethane is C2H6. For formula for propane is C3H8. Formula of the butane is C4NH10. How much is the difference between the two members? What is it? How much is the difference? One carbon and two hydrogen.
CH2.
How much is the difference?
CH2.
CH2. How much is the difference?
CH2.
CH2. So each member have a difference of CH2. And it's not only about alkane, it's about alkenes also, alcohols also. So these are the characteristics. So like alkene, it started with ethene, C2H4, then C3H6, then C4H8. When I take a difference between the two members, it will be CH2. Difference between the two members, also CH2. So each member differ by or have a difference of CH2. Another characteristic, they have a same method of preparation. Same method of preparation means we can use the same method if I want to prepare, like example, if I want to prepare ethene, propene, butene, I can use the same method and it will give the same result. Okay. So the same method we can produce them or prepare them. So it is CnH2n plus 2. That's the general formula for alkane. Another characteristic, they have the same functional groups. So all these members, they have the same functional, like alcohols are there, or alcohol contain OH. If carboxylic acid is there, or carboxylic acid COOH. If alkene is there, or all alkenes have throughout the structure, there is a double bond. And if alkanes are there throughout the structure, they will have a single bond. So these are some characteristics of the homologous series. Okay. So you have to write any two of them. Journal formula, same journal formula. Same journal formula, same functional group, similar chemical properties. Each member differ by CH2 and same method of preparation.
Sir, what is the meaning of same functional group?
Same functional group means the atom or a group of atoms which are present, they will affect the chemical properties. Like example, all alcohols. If I say CH3OH, methanol, contain OH. That OH is a functional group. If I write C2H5OH, this OH is a functional group. And this affect the chemical properties of a compound. So functional groups are atoms or a group of atoms which affect the chemical properties of compound. So every alcohol is having OH. So it means that OH is the functional group.
So wasn't it supposed to be C2H4?
No, no. It is CN. Yes, Abdul Rahman?
You wrote C2H4.
Yeah.
Sir, so if the question is coming that why
This
the
is alcohol.
homologous series have same chemical properties? So
You will mention because they have the same functional group.
Because of the OH.
Yeah, because so if they ask why they all have the same chemical properties, you'll mention because they have the same functional group. State in terms of the structure, state how one member of a homologous series different from the next member. How one member differ from the next member? You just wrote each
yes,
member differ by CH2. The difference between the two members is always CH2. The functional group means that this atom or a group of atom which can affect the chemical properties like carboxylic acid C double bonded with O and OH is a functional group. Alcohols OH is a functional group. Ester C double bonded with O is a functional group. Alkene C double bonded with C is a functional group. These atoms or group of atoms which affect the chemical properties of the whole compound are refers to functional group. The next is A, B, C are organic compounds. A has a molecular formula of C12 and H24. What this indicate? Is it an alkane or alkene, this hydrocarbon?
alkene.
Alkene. How we conclude it is an alkene? Because the
C and
number of,
H2.
yeah, C
Well,
and
it is.
H2N, number of hydrogen are twice as compared to number of the carbon. B is a name as a tetradecane. C has 3 carbon atoms and is in the homologous series which has a general formula of CnH2n plus 1 COH. Name the homologous series for each organic compound belongs to. A belongs to which group?
Alkene.
Alkene. B belongs to which group?
Alkane.
Alkane.
How you
Alkane.
identify? How you identify?
Alkane.
Ending
A
with
Very
E.
good.
N.
You identify from the name because it is ending at ane, so it means it is an alkane. Because alkane, the name should end at ane. The third one is what?
Carboxylic acid.
Carboxylic acid.
So third one is a carboxylic acid because it contains COOH. Name C and draw its displayed formula. C contains 3 carbon atoms.
Propanoic acid.
Propanoic, because it's a carboxylic acid, so it's a propanoic acid. So C is what? C is a prop because of 3 carbon, N because of a single bond, and oic acid. And what is the structure of a propanoic acid? Propanoic acid contains C double bonded with O and OH. That is the functional group of carboxylic acid. Prop means 3 carbon, so there will be 3 carbon. Whenever they say a displayed formula, you have to show all the bonds and all the atoms. So this will have 3 hydrogen and this will have 2 hydrogens. This is pop quiz 10. Amino acids are homologous series. Amino acids are homologous series where each member has a journal structure shown in figure 6.1, where R is a side chain containing the carbon and hydrogen atoms only. Like this contain carbon and hydrogen, which we also call alkyl group. Amino acids have a relative molecular mass of 103. Deduce the formula of the side chain of amino acids and show your working. Look, the total mass of this one is what? 103. And in the question, we want to find how many carbon atoms are there and how many hydrogen atoms are there. Okay. And alkyl groups, because R is an alkyl chain, so it can be only possibility CH3, C2H5, C3H7, because the side chain are always alkyl group which have a general formula of CN, H2N plus 1. Like the number of hydrogen will be twice plus 1 as compared to that of carbon. So this group is called alkyl when the number of the hydrogen are twice plus 1 as compared to carbon. Now we just have to, what we have to do first, we have to subtract. This is the total mass. We'll subtract the mass of these atoms. What is the mass of hydrogen? What is the mass
One.
of nitrogen? 14. What is the mass of oxygen?
16.
Mass of a carbon?
12.
Mass of a carbon? 12, 16, 1 and 1. What is this total? No. This total, this is R is missing. What is this total? This is pop quiz 10. Part D. So 1 plus 14 plus 1.
74.
74.
74. So means the total mass is 103. If I subtract from 103, I subtract 70. Like total mass of the molecule is 103 and these atoms, the known atoms are 74. 103 minus 74. What's the answer?
29.
29. So if it contains 29, so what is how many carbon atoms and hydrogen atoms are there? If the carbon like if CH3 was there, it means the total mass is how much? It should be 15. But this is not 15. If C2H5 is there, what should be the total mass?
29.
29. So it means what is the side chain? The side chain is actually C2H5.
How you show the one?
How you'll show the working? First, what you do, you will find like 103 should be equals to 74 plus R. Okay. R is the mass of this. 74 move other side. So the mass of R is equals to 29. Clear? And this total, because this is an alkyl chain, alkyl group, the mass is Cn, H2N plus 1 should be equals to 29. The total mass of this should be 29. We are finding carbon. What is the mass of carbon? Carbon is 12, so it will be 12N. Because this carbon is 12 and there are N carbons, so 12N. The mass of hydrogen is 1, so 2N plus 1 is equals to 29. When we simplify, 14N plus 1 is equals to 29. This will move other side. So 14N is equals to 28 And what is the value of n? N is equals to 28 divided by 14, which is equals to 2. So first what we have to do, we have to work out the mass of R, the alkyl group, and the alkyl group, the side chain are always alkyl group. The side chain, it will be either CH3, C2H5, C3H7, C4H9, like the number of hydrogen will be twice compared to number of, twice plus 1 compared to carbon number. So alkyl chain mass, generally it's, the side chains are always alkyl chain, the carbon chains. State the name given to a natural polyamide formed from amino acids monomer. What polymer is formed from amino acids? Which polymer?
Protein.
Protein. Polyester is not a natural. Polyester is a synthetic. We need a natural.
If the biology I was going to answer it, so it's
So amino acid. This is also, yes, Abdurrahman.
in
Sir, I was solving a paper and it